Alright, we're back with another adventure. Today's going to be a little different. Almost self-inflicted, I guess you could say. When I say self-inflicted, it's because of what the activity we're going to be doing today. We get the opportunity to test out a new product. It's not ours, it's one that was sent to us. And we've had people reach out before for that kind of stuff, but it's really got to pique my interest, I guess you can say, you know. If it's not something I personally use, I'm not going to promote it, and that's just how I feel about it. But I've been in a situation where I could have used this product before, and so I'm hoping it delivers what it says it can deliver. So today we are going to be testing out what they call the safe sled. So what it's supposed to be, used for emergencies only. Cover off. Used for emergencies only. If you have a tire fall off. So back in my situation, back when we had a Ranger on portals, we had an output shaft bust. And so at that point, the tire fell off. We didn't even know. And that's a whole other story I can get into. It's pretty damn funny. But you get in a situation, you're 10 miles off in the woods. What do? You can't, it's not like you got a flat tire and you just replace the tire. The output shaft of the portal broke. Now portals have come a long ways, and I imagine that situation doesn't happen that often anymore, but I've seen busted ball joints before. That's why we carry ours on, you know, as spares where we can change them on the side of the trail. But what this is supposed to be able to do is, in this situation, your tire is not able to be on the machine. You're able to use this sled to put that fourth point on it, regardless if it's your trailing arm, your A-arm, whatever it might be, and get safely back to camp or to a point where you could be towed, you know, with maybe a trailer or something like that. So when I say self-inflicted, what I mean though is that we have both our machines out today. We got the full crew here to help. We're going to take off that tire and see if we can make it around our 1.5 mile of trail. Now I've seen videos of this thing working, but the videos I've seen it work in sand, which obviously I think it's going to work in sand, right? It's a sled, it should be able to coast over it. But we mostly ride hard packed trails. And so, you know, what is the durability of it on a hard packed trail? So the obstacles we're going to have to face today are going to be, you know, little ravines, you know, bridge crossings, that kind of stuff. Debris is going to be stumps that have been cut down. We're going to have to navigate around. So we're going to take this tire off, install the sled, strap it down, video all of it, and we're about to learn together today, is this thing gonna work or not? And you might be wondering why we got two machines. Why can't we just all fit in one? And the reason why is because I wanted to really test out, if this happens on the side of a trail, you're not gonna have a jack. Like, we bring impacts and stuff, so the tools I would normally have is what I'm gonna use to take the tire off. But the reality is you're not going to have a jack unless you buy one of those fancy ones that you can use on the side of the trail. So in every situation we've been in like this, we use another machine with a winch on it. All of our machines and all the people that ride with us have winches. So this is a scenario that I would be in, and that's what I wanted to test out, right? To see, I didn't want to give it any easy deals where, you know, yeah, put it in the shop, drive it around the yard. Of course it's going to work. Let's really see what this thing's got. And the reason why I'm doing the 4-seater, because this is a pretty big machine. That's 72 inches wide, but I'm doing the passenger side front tire. My thought, that's probably the most difficult spot for it to be in. The rears, all I gotta do is go straight. So if something happens there, you know, my thoughts is it's gonna be fine. But in the driver's side front tire, you could see that, right? You can navigate around obstacles like stumps and that kind of stuff. Passenger side, outside of, you know, someone sitting there helping me, it's gonna be hard for me to see, you know, and turning, and we got some sharp turns back on our trail. So we're about to really see what this thing's got. That baby's stripped. We might really do need this damn thing. Holy smokes.
Okay. Bolt got stripped.
The stud just got stripped out.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, smokes is right, son. We ain't gonna be able to put that back on. Well, no, you can't get up there right now. That's fine. Yeah. All right. This does not feel safe.
no. And it,
All right, so we're
And he
using
put
two
on my
old
side.
straps. I have some brand new ones, but you know, reality is everybody gonna have brand new straps to put on it? I don't know. It did not come with straps. You gotta use your own straps, and it is strongly suggested you use ratchet straps. Don't use those little pull tight ones and that kind of stuff. The instructions, guys. Let's see what they have to say about this.
and he put on my side, so that's scary.
We won't be jumping anything.
Well, let's use this.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
This through.
Yeah, there's nothing on the back.
So, did we get this, like, someone shipped this to us for us to try out?
Yeah, yep. Someone that's already a fan of trailkings reached out to us. And actually the guy that, I'm really hoping this works, because the guy that is the mastermind behind this is a disabled veteran and has one hell of a story. And so, you know, seeing, you know, guys like that make successful products, still bringing value to, you know, us in the ride community is awesome. So, yeah. There's some flex there.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. We're about to find out. We got a mile and a half of finding out.
We have
Trying to tighten up in a way I don't damage my shit either. This is a working machine. I think we go. I think that's all we can do.
kick test.
I'm not confident, but I'm hopeful. All right. God,
How does that feel?
that's killing me.
It's me. Okay.
Watch out. So, I mean, obviously we're bringing our spare tire, and, you know, if this does fail, we will be able to get out the woods. So far, it's going smooth, weirdly smooth, but I'm hearing some sounds. sucks. Oh. That was our first little hill. Hey, is it still on over there?
Oh, no, we made a big pile of stuff.
Oh no, Dad, it's off. It's off. It's off.
Oh, yeah, it's all.
Let's go check it out. It's on.
Oh, relax. It came off.
What do you mean it's come off
Look
some?
at this side. Look at this side. It's like it's screwed up.
Look at the big pile, Dad.
It's screwed up.
Get out of here, bro.
Hey, look at that big pile. It looks so cool.
What's the wall? Your side.
Dad, look at that stuff.
Yep, we're about to have a test. All right. Let's see if we can keep going. Keep crying that it's off.
We're not crying.
Well, it might be the installer. What I need to do is go closer. So what it looks like what happened when it's met with resistance, it just kind of scooped out from underneath it. So I think that's an easy fix. Let me move the Ranger around and get this thing lifted up and fixed. Yes, it's not supposed to be in four-wheel drive now I think about it, because that's going to turn. I don't think I am, but all right. Take two, see what happens. What was that? Is it better?
Yes.
Still there? We've hit two of our mini humps and three tight turns. Only had a backup on one of the tight turns, so I think if you're in a bind, oh shit, this thing's worth it. The result is dragging your shit through the woods and tearing up your A-arm, especially if it's not already damaged. Oh. Nah. About to see how this thing is, because we just hit a little patch of stumps. Is it still there, guys?
It's moving around just a little bit, but like it's still good.
Still there. We're about a mile and a half so far on this trail. Alright, hang on. We got debris down in the trail. The kids need to go move it. We had an ice storm here a few weeks ago. Past 2 days, and the day's been the warmest it's been in a while, so we're taking advantage of it. Good old trail maintenance. Ooh. Felt that. Is it still there? We're going through a little patch of iron ore rock. I just felt a jerk in the wheel like we hit it hard. Damnedest thing. Alright, we got our toughest corner coming up. Is it still on?
Oh yeah, stop. Go backwards. There's a lot of stuff in front of me. Like a lot. You see that? There's a lot of stuff. You see that?
Yeah.
And there's even more on it. It's crazy.
Pretty good. That's a lot of stuff. Big
Yeah.
bag's a lot of stuff.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So, word of wise, if you start feeling feedback, restriction, probably got a bunch of debris built up in front of your sled. Alright, let's see if we can make this turn. Is it turning?
Kinda.
Oh,
Okay, no.
we did not make the turn. Way to adjust it. You really, when you set this thing, I would say get it as far back on the sled as possible and ratchet strap that sumbitch down. 2 have worked, but as you can tell, this is what, the second time we've stopped? Second time we stopped within a mile. Now we're not going up 20-foot climbs on hills, but it's the little stuff. It's the little like ditches and roots and rocks, and I mean, we're talking about 8-inch wide stumps that are that it's hitting, you know, and it's just constantly knocking off course. So this is not like flat trail that you see in West Virginia or something like that. I mean, this is, you know, this is old Texas wood country. So let's keep going. But I think four straps. What do y'all think?
Two. No,
We got 2.
I think
Like 3.
Because 2, it's good, but it's like, it's just
3.
It's gonna be moving back.
Three- no,
and forth. You get
so-
the size.
So
Two
come in
shouldn't go
here.
enough,
So
like 4 would be
how
more.
it is, how you saw it, like those 2 straps, there's holes on the side. So put one more strap above it and just ratchet that down, and then I think it'll be perfect.
Yeah, one like picking up the front where it
Yeah,
can't go.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, learn from our lessons. Possibly 1 to 2 more straps. I think this would be a damn good deal. rained for a few weeks now, and everything's super soft back here. You can only be in two-wheel drive, especially if your front axle's not broken, and I don't tend to want to break it. So, and it handled it. I mean, obviously, you know, this thing's building up debris in front of it. It's not just skating over like you are. It's like snowing, like you're going down some snows on a ski. I mean, it's building up sticks and leaves and mud. But we're 3/4 through this trail. The full trail's about 1.5 miles, which we're going to hit it all. And outside and having to adjust twice because I never put one on before.
You have a lot of debris. You have a lot of debris.
A lot of debris.
Holy moly. That's a lot of debris.
All right.
That's a lot of debris.
There's a little mud hole about to hit too.
Here. So it's all of this. It was on this.
Feel like we're tearing up our trail. All right, let's see how it does. Made it, is it on?
You made it.
Well, this thing's a little. Driving with it. Just at first it feels a little weird. All right, let's see if this damn thing made it. We made it back. And it's on there still.
But the question is, did it make it back? Wow, mind blowing.
All right, we're gonna get this thing up, taken off, and then we'll give our final thoughts on if this is worth getting or not. Stay tuned. These are old straps too, guys. Like this is straps held up. Those straps were torn.
Does it look good?
It made it. Does have a hole in it. Well, let me get this tire back on. Take this for a spin. Put my mind to rest that nothing's wrong with it. All right, what are my final thoughts after testing this sucker out? To me, it passed the test. You know, the reality is, what was we trying to test out? Could we get back to camp safely if we weren't able to put the wheel on the vehicle? You know, and that trail, obviously I know many of y'all haven't been down it, but it's got a ton of stumps, some iron ore rock in it, these little hills, and all that, those, you know, terrain changes or blunt objects just constantly ramming into this thing. And outside, I think install error on my part. You know, if I could do it again, I'm probably you know, pushing it all the way back. I kind of centered it up the first time, thinking I had it strapped down good, but you know, we all know ratchet straps stretch, and those are some old ass straps. I'm talking about like 8-year-old straps, 10-year-old straps, and you know, we only had 2 on there. I'd probably put 4 on there next time if I was really out in the woods and I had to use this product. I think 4, this sumbitch ain't moving, you know. It did cut a hole in it from the use. That was probably when we went over that iron ore rock area and all those little stumps, but it still got us back, you know. Still made it down the trail. It is hollow. I know the manufacturer guy in charge of this is looking at making a solid one. You know, the issue with that, you know, from his standpoint, I'm looking at is like, you're gonna have increased shipping costs, which then, you know, the customer's gonna have to pay for. And then I'm assuming, you know, more plastic is gonna be more cost overall for the product, you know, because there's more material going into it. So, you know, if they go that route, hopefully they can keep you know, a lesser version of it. I think for the sand, this is probably perfect, and I'm assuming you wouldn't have any issues of cutting through it. You know, if you're on hard pack rocks, I mean, it cut a hole. It cut like a little groove throughout the whole trail, you know. So that's something like it. There's pressure there, right? I mean, your whole machine's leaning that way. Am I surprised it made it back? I was very nervous of testing a non-broke machine with this product. You know, when we get offers like this, we usually try to wait until we are in the situation and it naturally happens. The issue is, like, I carry spare ball joints, I carry spare parts. Like, I'm probably never going to be in that situation. Hopefully, knock on wood somewhere. But I guess the real question is, would I have this in my arsenal of tools, you know, get me out of the woods? I would, you know. I don't know where I would use that. You know, back when that portal situation happened, that was way before we were filming, and I could have definitely used it then, because when that output shaft broke, you know, our only solution, thank God I'm just over prepared, I had the original hubs that I had to take off to put the portals on. So if you can imagine, after many adult beverages, you got 6 guys out in the woods, covered in mud, starting to get cold, wet. We're changing hubs out to get this big, massive Ranger out of the woods. Was not a fun situation. If I had this damn safe sled, I could have easily slapped it on and started slowly pulling out, right? So, you know, I think the product has value. Is there an argument there's other ways to get out the woods? Yes, I'm not denying that, you know. But, you know, will you have a big enough branch? You know, you can bring a chainsaw. Are you able to cut down the trees where you're riding at? You know, we ride on, you know, state land sometimes where you can't harvest, you know, trees. Will they know? I'm assuming they're going to know when you're driving to your trailer with a big ass log attached, right? So, you know, be respectful where you're riding at. If that's not a big deal where you ride at, hell, you know, you don't need it. Go find you a log to strap to it. Now, even if you find the log and get yourself out of the woods, you know, something to think through is, you know, most trailers that we have are either deck overs or some type of pipe trailer. And on those trailers, the ramps involve angle iron, you know, and so I think the benefit is it doesn't tear your trailer up trying to get your broke machine on top of your trailer. Obviously, with enough momentum and speed, you can get anything on the back of a trailer, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying it probably limits your damages and probably makes this more than a one-use type of product. So overall, it's a product that we're going to carry in our toolbox. Hopefully you check it out and you carry it in yours. Please check out the description of this video for the products that we're mentioning. Using the links in that description to buy these products helps us to continue to bring you great information like this video. Please show your support by hitting the subscribe button and clicking the bell icon to turn on notifications. If you thought it was crazy to test out a non-broke machine in a situation like this, like I did, please smash the like button, and thank you for watching.